Okay, so I went and pinned down the 4-foot spar. And as you can see, it's all nice and straight. You want everything running as perfectly straight as you can get, all the way up the line. Just make sure she's right on everything. Here's the center point. And you want to put your pins probably in between the bays of the ribs. That way, when you put your ribs down, the pins won't interfere with anything. So just make sure that you're perfectly straight and pin your whole 4-foot spar right down. Now if you have a 2-foot spar, which is what I have, I'm just going to be putting the center right on here and pinning it down in the same exact way. Just going to do both sides. Only I'll be using 2-foot sections instead of one 4-foot piece. Either way, it's going to... Alright, one thing you want to do is drill about a 1/2 inch hole or make a square cutout in your 2 center rib templates. Just put your template up on the plan sheet basically. And where you see your servo spars coming through, you're going to have a servo wire that's going to travel through the wing, and when it's sitting in the upright position, that servo wire needs to come through the center section and up into the plane to go to your receiver. So you just want to drill a hole in just your 2 center templates, that's it. If you want to do it on top of the center line of the rib, so this is the top of the wing, just do somewhere in the middle, just right behind the spar, doesn't matter where. So you got your center spar right here, and you got where your servo rails are going to be right here. So just put that hole somewhere in the middle so that servo wire can come across, and you can even put it in between the servo rails if you want to. That's it. So get 2 holes drilled in. I'm using about a 1/2 inch size. And if you're using the balsa instead of the balsa ply, you could probably just take the drill bit with your hand and start small and put a piece of plywood underneath it or something like that, and just start small with your drill bit and work your way up so you don't split out the back of the wood or ruin it. So I did 3 different drill bits to get that size hole. So it was pretty simple, but you're going to need it. Square set up on the center one, and I can go ahead and glue that now, or I'm going to put them all in and then put the top spar in it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just lay all my ribs down, and then I'll put the top spar in, and I'll get my backs to make sure that they're all the same height off the ground. As you can see, it's not going to be sitting flush on the ground with the spars. So basically I'm just using my spars as a mark here. And you're just going to follow each rib and get them as close to the center line as possible so we can glue this center piece. So let's get the ribs laid out all the way across the wing, and then we'll put the top spars. As you can see, as I lay each one in, I just take my speed square and put it up there and make sure she's sitting straight with it, and then I'm going to move to the next one. That simple of a process. Just lay in your balsa stick. Make sure she's square. Make sure it's straight in the back over your marks. That's a loose one. Of course, I have to demonstrate with a loose one. Let's try a different one. There we go. That's not a loose one. You just put it in. Like I said, make sure it's square. Make sure you're over your mark in the back. If you can see it or not. And look at that one. That simple. We're not gluing anything yet. What we're going to do here, as you can see, just get all your ribs standing on the center spar, and you're going to take your top 4-foot spar and put that right on top, and that's going to help hold these pieces in place as well. So you're going to basically just get this look going right here across the whole board. And of course I'll be showing you pictures of that. And you can see if you're having trouble standing up your ribs, I've just used anything to hold them straight up in the air. Okay, you can see I have all my ribs in place. Everything is on all the marks it needs to be on. Everything is perfectly straight. Flush with the end of the rib over here. And that's the very last rib. And over here, I'm flush with the end of the rib over here. I put the top spar in, and that kind of set everything down. You just want to kind of look all around it. As you can see on the back side, all my rib tips seem to be about this equal height off the back of the table, which is good. That's what we want. Oh, I just want to measure the inside width. I got about 3.5 inches here, and I just want to make sure that my fuselage right here at the nose, right at the front of the wing saddle here, is going to be able to fit that, because it's got to go right through it. And it looks like I'm under 3.5, almost 3 5/8 for mine. Yours will be a different measurement, but that means that my fuselage will fit in there, and I'll be good to go here. I can go ahead and glue. So now I'm going to go ahead and just tack glue all these joints here. Everywhere the ribs touch it, I'm going to tack glue. And my wood's got a little bit of a warp to it, so you can just hold it down with that, and you glue it every it'll dry straight. And because I'm using the two 2-foots, I just want to make sure my center stays perfectly straight. That's the most important part. If you're doing the 2-foot pieces, just make sure you're working from the center on out. And that should work good. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all this in with some CA. Just tack glue it enough to hold it. I got wax paper on the plan sheet, so I don't have to worry about it if it does drip down there. But let's give it a good gluing and let it dry before you move anything.